You are now tuned in to the 411 for your fantasy football with your host, Autumn Wind Williams.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy. Wait, I started that wrong. Yesterday was my 46th birthday, and when you're at 46, you can't call yourself your boy anymore. This is your main man. Nah, that don't sound right unless there's lady viewers out there. Yeah, I'll be your main man then. So, this is your bruh, Autumn Wind Williams, and this is the 411 for your fantasy football. And we are now in week 4, and it's already a mess, a hot mess, thanks to COVID-19. I mean, yesterday it was a shock. I wake up, get these tweets sent to me about Donald Trump and his wife got COVID-19, and everybody on social media kind of think he's lying, saying he got the hoax because he called it the hoax at first. I'm not going to get all political with that though. That's something else on a different video. Maybe on my Twitter you can find out my opinion. But COVID-19, it struck the Tennessee Titans earlier this week, and they're no longer playing. The Steelers are no longer playing, but like they're going to be playing at the end of October somewhere, 27th, 28th, something like that. They're going to have this week as their bye week. It looked like, to me, teams might end up with 2 bye weeks. We might see a week 18, week 19, the way things are going on now, because today we find out Cam Newton has the coronavirus. So now the New England Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs not playing, and coincidentally, the rookie Jordan Tiamu, you guys might know him from my XFL videos. If you tuned into the XFL, you know about how good of a quarterback he is. That's why the Chiefs got him as a backup for Mahomes. But now he has the coronavirus, and it's no telling who else has the coronavirus on the Chiefs and the New England Patriots. So I wouldn't be surprised if their game get pushed back even further. Right now they're looking at Monday or Tuesday for that one to air. So right now everybody's just scrounging for who they want to put in their lineups. I had to reconstruct some lineups already built. I was already avoiding the Chiefs and the Patriots game, but you know, I had like one-offs here and there that I had to get out of my lineups. I wasn't trying to do any stacks with that game because I knew it would have higher ownership. But the little one-offs I took from the game, it had me like doing totally different things. That's why I had to hold off on this video a little bit longer too, because I'm just trying to make sure no other breaking news is happening before visiting teams hop on planes to go play uh, at the home team stadiums tomorrow. I don't know if Saturday's the last time they check for COVID-19 or if they actually do it Sunday too. But that's another story. I'm just hoping that this is a week. Hopefully, I got a birthday narrative to win a tournament this week. Last week I didn't do that great. I didn't do as bad as week 2, but week 3 was not that great either. So I'm hoping that I can get by with the guys that I have selected for this video, and this one's going to be totally different. Normally I give you uh, a player for each position: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and defense. Due to the pricing that's totally different on FanDuel, DraftKings, and Yahoo, I had to kind of like change up who I want to play at tight end, which I don't mind. If it's one position that I don't mind changing up on my core lineups, is the tight end, because the we don't have any Kelsey, we don't have any Ertz, uh, so I don't mind that on this slate. I had to go lower, cheaper at that position in order to fit in other guys I want around the guys that I'm selecting. But first, I got at quarterback position Joe Burrows. The Cincinnati Bengals going against the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's going against a Jaguars defense that's not that good at pass rush, and is tied for the least amount of sacks for the first 3 weeks so far. They only got 3 sacks. I believe they're tied with the Raiders, and I kind of thinking the Cardinals too. But yeah, they're at the last bottom of the barrel when it comes to sacks. The pass rush is horrible. They done traded a lot of their guys, and that's one reason why they're suffering on defense. Reason why I'm mentioning that though, as far as with the Bengals, O line isn't that great. Where they allow Burrow to get sacked 8 times last week against the Eagles, 3 times in both week 2 and week 1 versus the Browns and the Chargers. But he throws the ball a ton and got over 300 yards the past 2 weeks with a total of 5 touchdowns. And I can see the numbers going up now that he's not looking at AJ Green that much, giving him less targets because he's more reliant on now Tyler Boyd more and another guy I'm going to mention in this video later that I'm going to have in my lineup to stack them with. But next I'm going to my rookie sensation. I mean, you got to think about it. Last year, I know you guys know Pete Overset. Everybody know Pete Overset. His guy was Patrick Laird. He was riding until the wheels fall off. So this year, my guy that I'm riding until the wheels fall off is James Robinson from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, I'm using their running back to bring it back on that Cincinnati Bengals and Jacksonville Jaguars stack. This is going to be a cat fight. Yeah, Bengals versus Jaguars. Reason why I got Robinson, though, he's just awesome, man. He rushed for 11 times last week, got 46 yards, 2 touchdowns. He caught all 6 of his targets for 83 yards in week 3 versus the Dolphins. A lot of people right now are hesitant to play him in DFS and year-long fantasy because they know Divine Exigbo is supposed to come off of IR this week. I don't know if they're going to do it by next Sunday. I mean, by this Sunday. But even if they do, James Robinson is still going to be getting the majority of the touches. He's going to be the 3 down back. Say if Jags do play from behind, he'll still be getting a lot of check down passes. So he caught all 6 targets last week. So what that tell you? They're really counting on this guy. He's basically playing the same exact role Leonard Fournette was playing, and that's why he became the number one RB over Chris Thompson when they released Leonard Fournette. Week 1, he only got 10 DraftKings points, but week 2, he got 24 DraftKings points, and then week 3, he got 30.9 on that Thursday night game. And I can't find a reason not to play this guy. And if you know a reason why I shouldn't play James Robinson, please comment below and on this video or hit me up at the 411 DFS on my Twitter and just give me your valid argument and maybe I'll get off of him. But for right now, he's a lock button. James Robinson of the Jacksonville Jaguars at running back. At wide receiver, I got T. Higgins. I told you I had a guy to stack with Joe Burrow, and I'm going with T. Higgins. I'm stacking him now that I see he's getting an increased targets. In week 3, he caught 5 of his 9 targets for 40 receiving yards and got 2 touchdowns versus the Eagles last week. In my eyes right now, I see Boyd and Higgins being the new number 1 and 2 wideouts for the Cincinnati Bengals unless AJ Green proves me wrong. I remember after the draft, T. Higgins said that him and Burrow are going to quickly develop chemistry together. If you look at just a year ago, they were playing against each other in the college football national championship, and now both of these guys are in the process of being the franchise future superstars. Now moving on to tight end. Like I said, this video is going to be different because I like FanDuel's pricing. FanDuel's pricing is a whole lot better this week. Well, lately they have been getting a lot better, letting you play a lot of the guys that you want in your lineup. DraftKings, it's a different story, man. You can't. It, DraftKings right now is not friendly to the way I like to construct my lineups, and I had to do a little different way that I set all my lineups this week And I mean, I'm not mad at it. It shows me that I need to just try to find other ways to be more competitive and research different strategies that I can use. So it just opening my mind to do something different, and I'm just hoping that it works. But yeah, on Yahoo, they're a little bit better as far as with the pricing. I still got to get majority of the guys that I had in my lineup I originally built. And what's crazy is this rarely happens. This lineup I had set on Tuesday for all three sites, and I haven't changed my mind. I haven't thought about tinkering or anything, and I didn't put any guys in this lineup that was involved with any COVID-19 or games canceled. So I'm happy about that. But let me get on with the three tight ends I have. First on DraftKings, I got Logan Thomas of the Washington football team, and he's going against the Baltimore Ravens. Week 1 and 2, they allowed 13 fantasy points to tight ends. Week 3, they only allowed 8 to the Kansas City Chiefs. I believe that was Travis Kelsey. Logan Thomas, he has not been that great. He caught 4 of his 7 targets last Sunday for 31 yards. He's going to be very touchdown dependent, but I'm looking at they don't have that many receivers to throw to. They're going to be behind. I wouldn't be surprised if Ravens throw a lot of second stringers out there on the second half, because I think Ravens are going to come in that game lighting it up on fire, and they're going to blow up that score, uh, where their defense is probably going to have to be on the field a lot. So they probably bring in a lot of second and third stringers, second half, maybe mid third quarter, and they're probably going to the Washington football team is probably going to do a lot of check downs to their running back. I wouldn't be surprised if Antonio Gibson gets some, but I think Logan Thomas is going to get one. If he can get a goal line touchdown and 4 out of 7 catches for 31 yards, I'm happy with that. For his price on DraftKings. FanDuel, I got Hunter Henry going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He gathered 5 of his 7 targets for 50 yards last Sunday versus the Panthers. I believe this is supposed to. Let me check. Let me check right now. I kind of think this is going to be a rain game. I want to be sure of that first before I just say that. Um, Let me go check on the lineups. Uh, yeah, that's one other thing, people. Make sure you keep an eye on the weather, eye on Twitter, eye on the weather, because that's what impacts a lot of slates. Yeah, this is going to be a rain game. I promise it's not COVID-19. No joking, no joking. It's real talk. But bless me, yes, it's going to be a rain game in Tampa. So I'm not looking at a lot of deep passes that are going to be thrown by either Brady or Herbert. I can see a little bit of 10, 15 yard passes to Hunter Henry. I say maybe 5 or 6, hopefully a touchdown or two. So that's why I got Hunter Henry on FanDuel. And far as Yahoo, who do I have? Who do I have? Yahoo, I have Evan Ingram of the New York Giants. I feel like he's going to have a decent opportunity going against the Los Angeles Rams. Um, with Saquon not being in the game now, it's going to be a lot of shares that can get around to the receivers along with Evan Ingram. Yeah, I mean, they did say that Devontae Freeman is going to get a lot more touches this game, but he is still learning the playbook. He hasn't been playing in a while. Um, I wouldn't just put all my money on Devontae Freeman. I expect Evan Ingram to get a lot of touches, red zone touches, and hopefully a touchdown or two. So that's what if I can get touchdowns and a few passes from my tight ends, I'm good. They didn't cost too much. I didn't pay up for no Ertz, no Kelsey's, no um, who else? Wallers, and all of those guys. I paid down low. Defense, a lot of people are going to scratch their head about this because I've been hearing on podcasts, Sirius XM, reading the different articles. Defense that people are avoiding is the Cowboys because of their secondary. But I'm looking at their decent defensive front, man. You look at, did you see Alden Smith last week? I think he got like 4 sacks. 4 sacks on Seattle. He did his damn thing. Alden Smith been done disappeared for so long, and he's coming back like he never left. And he always had it in him. It was just the drinking problem that messed up his career, and now he's coming back full force, man. And I can see Alden Smith tackling Baker Mayfield losing the ball, and say Alden Smith picks it up and carries it in the end zone for a touchdown. Where anybody on defense, that's going to help me out far as fantasy points for the DST. So I feel comfortable in playing the Cowboys defense versus the Browns. And that's what I have for you guys for week 4. Going at the top, Joe Burrow from Cincinnati Bengals at quarterback. Running back, I have James Robinson of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Stacking with Joe Burrow, I have T. Higgins, Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver. Tight end on DraftKings, I have Logan Thomas from the Washington football team. Tight end on FanDuel, I have Hunter Henry from the San Diego Chargers. On Yahoo, I have Evan Ingram from the New York Giants. And defense on all 3 playgrounds, FanDuel, DraftKings, Yahoo, I have the Dallas Cowboys. So that's it, you guys. Let me know who you want to put in your lineups. If you beg to differ, the guys that I'm selecting, please let me know. That's the only way I grow, if it's negative or positive feedback, right? But yeah, follow me at the 411DFS on Twitter. And don't forget to like, subscribe the video, and be safe, stay blessed, and hope you make some money. Peace. I'm out.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the 411 Podcast. Now get ready to make that money. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at the 411 DFS.